The Great Train Robbery of 1963. Welcome back to the evidence log. The investigation starts now. On a foggy August night in 1963, a Royal Mail train travelling from Glasgow to London came to a sudden halt at a tampered signal light. This wasn't a malfunction, it was the opening move in what would become the most infamous heist in British history. A gang of 15 men, led by the charismatic Bruce Reynolds, swarmed the train. They weren't just common thugs. This was a crew of specialists, including an ex-train driver who knew the railway network intimately. Their target was the high-value packages coach, which contained millions of pounds in used banknotes. The gang quickly overwhelmed the few staff members on board. One of the mail sorters, Jack Mills, was struck over the head, an act of violence that would haunt the gang's legacy. They formed a human chain, passing 120 mailbags filled with cash from the train to a waiting truck. In less than 30 minutes, they vanished into the night with 2.6 million, equivalent to over $50 million today. The gang laid low at a nearby farmhouse they had rented, Leatherslade Farm. This would be their biggest mistake. Forgetting the first rule of a clean getaway, leave no trace, they played Monopoly with the stolen cash and left fingerprints all over the board, bottles, and furniture. Police, tipped off about suspicious activity, raided the farm just after the gang had fled. The Monopoly set became a key piece of evidence, a direct link between the criminals and the crime scene. The investigation that followed was one of the largest in British history. Scotland Yard's flying squad launched a massive manhunt. Over the next few years, most of the gang members were captured, thanks in large part to the forensic evidence left at the farm and tips from the public. Their trials were sensational media events. The sentences were severe, with many receiving 30 years in prison. However, the story didn't end there. One of the most famous robbers, Ronnie Biggs, spectacularly escaped from Wandsworth Prison in 1965 and lived as a fugitive for 36 years, mostly in Brazil, before finally returning to the UK. Most of the stolen money was never recovered, disappearing into a labyrinth of transactions and hidden caches. The Great Train Robbery became a cultural phenomenon, a story of audacity and criminal ingenuity that captured the public's imagination. It forced law enforcement and security services to completely rethink how they protected high-value assets in transit, leading to major security upgrades across the country. The evidence from Leatherslade Farm serves as a timeless reminder. Even in the most meticulously planned crime, a single oversight can unravel everything. Please like and subscribe for more investigations from the evidence log.